Hi everybody, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to talk about how can we use Desmos online graphing calculator to help us study different functions by visualizing their graphs. So let's start from simple ones. For example, if we want to graph a linear function, we would put in y is equal to mx plus b. And we will see that if we press enter, the graphing calculator will return a linear line, and Desmos will allow us to enter the value of m and b. So if we drag around this slider right here, we can see that if we change the value of m or b, the shape of the function changes correspondingly. So as we can see, when m is greater than 0, the general trend of the line is going from the negatives to the positives. But while we change the m value to the negatives, the function will go from the positives to the negatives, which means it's a decreasing functions. And if we drag around the b slider, we will see that the function is going up and down without changing the slope or the steepness of the function. So this is one example of linear functions. We could also use Desmos to investigate quadratic functions, for example. So we can say y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. We press enter. Desmos will present a parabola on the screen, and then it will allow us to enter a, b, c, three values. So those three values are our inputs, and based on what values we put for the three variables, we will have very distinct shapes of the parabola. So this is how we can investigate the purpose or the function of these three variables in a quadratic function formula. We could also use Desmos to study even more complex functions, such as higher power functions. Let's say x to the power of 4. We will see it is very similar to parabola, but we will see the bottom part right here, and we can zoom in and zoom out, is a bit more flat. And if we say something, we could also investigate polynomials characteristics. So we could do this to the power of 2 times x minus 4 times x minus 5 to the power of 3. So if we press enter, we will see that the graph will look like this, and we can clearly see that we have 1 root, 2 root, and 3 root right here. So 3, 4, 5 corresponding to the function polynomial right here, and then the multiplicity at each root is also visualized right here. So for 3, it's a bounce back because it's an even exponent 2 right here, and for 4, it's going through because the exponent is only 1, and for x minus 5, the exponent 3 is a cubed function, which means it will be going through with a flat region when it's actually going through. So this is a great tool that we can use to help us visualize functions, to understand their characteristics, their increasing, decreasing trend, their slopes, or even transformations. We could, for example, if we put a negative in front, we will see that, boom, everything's flipped over the x-axis. So this is very a useful tool for us to quickly visualize the transformation of a function as well. In addition, when it comes to calculus, we could also use this to visualize for something like Taylor series. For example, Desmos have lots of built-in visualizers. For example, if we go to here, we will see that if we adjust the values for an additional terms, and we can see that Desmos already pre-built the sigma notation for us. And if we it's essentially on sine, and if we add terms here, we will see that boom, we have the Taylor's expansion of sine x visualized for us. So this is pretty neat, very cool. We could also manually build something like this and investigate the effect of adding new terms onto our Taylor series on our graphs, because when we only look at the sigma notation, the graph may not be abundantly clear or very easy to visualize in our head. So we could use the Desmos online calculator to help us learn and visualize graphs very easily. Thank you for watching, and if you think this video helps you to understand why something like Desmos online graphing calculator is useful for our learning and understanding of complex mathematical concepts, please check out other videos of mine. Thank you very much for watching.